So in January, Kanye West was cloned. He was probably taken to like Area 51 or something and killed. Everything he has done since dying has been to ruin him. And regardless of the death threats, I stand by that statement.
He was worth more dead than alive.
I love the hate. Like, I accept it all. And I always have the popular opinion before it's popular.
Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Let's Get Into It podcast hosted by me, Sloan. And today we've got a super special friend joining us, Mr. Patty Pop Culture, professor of pop culture with 3.5 million followers on TikTok. Patty, how are you doing?
I'm doing so good. I'm feeling amazing in my owns.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to get into it.
Are the 3 margaritas hitting yet?
I was about to say, I'm going to give someone head.
Yeah, we went to lunch before this to like catch up and talk about what we're going to be talking about today. And of course, we had some margaritas because, and Bunny did too. My dog is joining us right here on the couch. She's our
Guest of
assistant.
honor.
Yeah, guest of honor.
We filled her doggy bowl with some Casamigos.
She had some chicken with pizza. Yeah, no,
She
would have
ate that right up.
You know, she likes her blended drinks, so she's feeling it too.
She loves tahini on the rim.
So Patty is one of my great friends here in LA, and he's also a big influencer. I mean, like 3.5 million followers. That's so many people. I mean, you know, little meal here on YouTube, I can't even hit 1 million. So
I bought them all. Yeah, they were so expensive.
No, your engagement doesn't lie. So Patty's been super successful on TikTok, and that's because he uncovers conspiracies. He talks about like celebrity news. You know, you guys may recognize him because I feature him in some of my YouTube videos. So just generally, before we get into some of these hot topic conspiracies, what drove you to talk about like pop culture and all of that?
I think what really drove me to talk about pop culture, and I feel like a lot of your viewers can relate to this, as individuals in our home all day, we kind of feel isolated in today's day and age, especially Gen Z. We're on our phones. We don't get out and talk to people. So celebrities, a part of their job is to open up to us and to let us know what's going on in their lives. Or if not, they're not going to be in our head. We're not going to be so excited to watch their projects or listen to their music or something. So they have to let us into their lives. And I remember watching E! News for the first time when I was 13. Were you a big E! News fan?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Like Joel McHale.
I know.
I mean, Joel McHale is like who I want to be. Like, I love him.
I was about to ask who your favorite host was.
Yeah, I mean, well, Wendy Williams is my favorite, like, of all times, but she's not E! You know, she did her own thing.
Yeah. She would never be welcome anywhere. She had to go to her own space.
Oh, she did. I mean, what do you? Like, so actually, first conspiracy: the black crow. Have you seen that? Like how she ate the crow because she.
I was just watching these videos.
Yeah, because she said
so
that
funny.
like if Kim and Kanye last a certain amount of time in their marriage, she'll eat the crow, and then she had to eat the crow. And a lot of people think that the reason why she's like so like up today is because she ate that crow. You can't eat crow. Like it's not something.
No,
that's like a wicked thing. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
So that's why Wendy is now not Wendy anymore, because she ate the crow because of Kanye and Kim. So now
this is Kanye and Kim's fault for staying together more than 72 days.
I don't know why she even teased the crow. Like, eat an alligator before crow.
Yeah, why didn't she just say like I'll eat meatloaf or something gross or Brussels sprouts? She was like, I'm gonna eat a crow.
When you say Brussels sprouts and meatloaf, I'm like crocodile. I mean, have you seen people eat crocodile? My friend Troyce on TV or not TV. YouTube. Well, YouTube is the new TV, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
But Troyce eats like full alligators.
Is Troyce okay?
Yeah, he's great.
Is he getting his stomach pumped right now?
Yeah, tons of protein, I guess. I don't know if there's any fiber in that, so maybe.
I hope so, to move through his system. Did you ever see the people eat live octopus and the octopus is like suction cupping their face and they're like, ugh.
Oh, you know,
they're getting up.
I'm a
like
seafood
fighting.
girl, so but I don't touch, any octopus, especially calamari. Calamari is the onion rings of the sea. Like if I'm gonna go eat some seafood, I'm gonna eat some real seafood.
I want to expose Sloan right now. Sloan is nasty, you guys. His taste buds are weird because he loves oysters.
Oyster. That's why I'm telling him you're just too young. It's like what you had your first sip of beer and you're like ew, and then like what 10 years from now you're gonna be a big bear.
Oh yeah, with a big beer belly, walking around knocking things over with it. No, I've never seen someone take oysters like shots. Like you're like.
Well, to
chugging
me,
them down
like,
the table.
I feel like I don't like smoke cigarette. I mean, I hit these things, but when I hit an oyster, it feels like I'm hitting a cigarette. I'm just like, oh, like that oyster just gave me life. That's how I'm like That's why I'm competing with people like you, youngins, because you'll acquire the taste, though.
Okay.
And like wine.
It's conspiracy theory. Yeah, I know. I love wine. I love wine since the first time I drank it.
White wine, red wine, or what?
Boxed wine from Target.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. See, you're my type.
I used to have wine nights with my one friend in college. She was so fun. Then she got schizophrenia.
Oh, yeah?
She's never been the same.
Well, I've heard it develops in your 20s, so
I know.
I believe it.
I know it's been so many people in my life who have gotten schizophrenia. I have this one friend. She had I'm not trying to
hate on the schizos.
lighten this or make it seem like something like funny or it's just really I want to talk about it because it's so common. Like multiple of my friends have schizophrenia and one of them, she moved 3 hours away, but last month she was having a really bad episode. She drove 3 hours down the highway in a schizophrenic episode. She didn't know where she was. The police tried to stop her and she thought the police were Ted Bundy. And she broke into my friend's house and just sat in her bed until she got home. And then my friend got home. She was sitting in her bed and she hasn't talked to her for 5 years.
Weird. Okay, that's a little. I mean, I studied statistics. I don't know why, but I think a lot of stats majors have schizophrenia because there's multiple medicated people on my team, my research team, but they're medicated. So I think everyone's got a little schizophrenia. It's just whether it's good or not. Like mine's oh yeah, don't eat that extra peanut butter and jelly tonight. I'm like, okay, I'll listen to you.
And mine haunts me all day. It'll just be like, you're not good enough. In the morning. I'm
Post
like,
a TikTok, make your Snapchat show. I mean,
Yeah.
Patty's all over the internet, so you can find him anywhere. And you actually just launched a new podcast recently, right?
Yeah, so it's just a fun little project we're doing right now. It's called The Main Pot Boys on YouTube. But I really want to plug, if we're taking a moment here to
that's
plug.
what we're doing. We're giving you
I
your
want to take a
moment.
moment to plug, and I'm not going to plug my OnlyFans. I want to plug my podcast, Pop Culture University. I mean, I already have so many amazing students there who listen and are PhD students. They're summa cum laude. They're the best, and they listen every single week, and they love the tea and they love the life lessons. So Pop Culture University is all about talking about the current state of pop culture and what we can learn for our own lives based on what celebrities are going through.
Yeah.
So an example this week is Kim is so sad that Kanye isn't the person who he used to be, and how do you handle when someone changes up so much in your life? Mm-hmm. So we'll learn life lessons about what to do when someone you used to love became someone you don't really know anymore.
It's giving HRH. You know how HRH does classes in session, but you guys are teaching very different subjects.
But her class is for crazy communists.
Yeah.
Mine is for happy people.
Yeah, she did no clown world in Alex's classes. So this past week though, you got in a little bit of trouble, a little backlash because you're a big Swiftie and you said that Taylor Swift is as famous as Michael Jackson. Or what was the statement that you made that so many people replied to on TikTok?
I feel like this is my Ellen moment, and I'm happy I can talk about this now. I need to sit down and look at the camera and confront all the haters about this post because, yes, I did say Taylor Swift is Michael Jackson level famous. And regardless of the death threats, the comments saying that my mother should have swallowed me, and the outcry from people on their Twitter, I stand by that statement. Taylor Swift is Michael Jackson level famous, and I always have the popular opinion before it's popular. So I can't wait till everyone realizes that.
Well, see, I'm just not into the stan culture, whether it's MJ, Michael, Britney, whatever it is. So, for me, I'm just yeah, it makes sense to me. I mean, she's done more numbers. Maybe there's more population here to listen to her than there were in Michael Jackson's time.
Yeah, there's strictly more billions of people. What? The Earth makes up 2 billion more people every year. So everyone having babies.
I mean, even me, I didn't even really, I don't know. I mean, I know some of Michael Jackson's music, but it's hard for me to grasp because I date older men. So they're all yeah, he was super famous back then. Yeah, they're famous in his time, but for me, I'm I barely know him. I just started watching South Park in the past week.
Okay,
and I never watched South Park.
You're this new show, South Park.
Yeah, and I'm they keep bringing up Michael Jackson,
that's so
an
funny.
Invisible Michael Jackson.
Oh, geez,
yeah,
I'm sure they have great jokes about him and at the end of the day, Michael Jackson has touched everyone, even the kids.
Do you believe that? Because where I grew up, I guess I grew up in a town where one of the kids grew up and everyone talks shit about him saying no one believes him. And then I never covered the Michael Jackson predatory stuff, which obviously is a predator. I mean, look at him. But I never actually dived deep into it.
That was so brave to say with your chest. Oh my God.
I mean, look at him. I mean, I talked about the Michael Caine. Do you know Michael Caine, his old manager that killed him?
Oh yeah,
yeah. I've talked drugging him and working him, whatever.
He for sure did, and Michael Jackson wrote in his diary, "Someone's gonna try to kill me."
Well, he spent everything. Look at Neverland. I mean, he spent it all. So it's he was worth more dead than alive.
For sure, especially with those masters of his. Someone want to get their hands on them.
Well, I was just in Vegas recently, and I saw posters for MJ Live. I guess that's how they get away with saying Michael Jackson Live. But I don't.
Yeah.
My
Are
Uber
we
driver
gonna go
was like,
stare at his gravestone for an hour? Is that MJ Live?
well, he said it was like $15 for the show, and I was like, I didn't know the shows were that cheap, but it must be like some hologram or something.
Yeah, maybe we can watch the This Is It tour on YouTube, but just in a theater in Vegas.
So when people respond to you, obviously you don't take it that seriously, like your statements online.
I
But
never
some
take it
people take it so serious, right? They get like actually emotionally hurt. Like, oh my God, you think Taylor Swift is more famous than Michael Jackson? Like, how do you like? I mean, obviously it doesn't bother you, right?
No, I love the hate. Like, I accept it all. And that's why I like shedding light on stan culture. I know Sloan really isn't into like the whole stan culture. I really am. And that's where me and Sloan differ because Sloan is like so old and like I'm like so young. So I'm
Like,
just
who are you
kidding.
talking about? Like Ava Max, the one with the hair.
You're like, so was Taylor Swift's first album Reputation? No, but like I really do love the stan wars, and I just like to like provoke people to have fun conversations. At the end of the day, we love Michael Jackson, we love Taylor, and the whole point of this was to shed light on how much we love both of them.
Yeah.
I love Michael. I know all his songs from when he went solo at 13 from like
Jackson?
from the Jackson 5. Like I cried to his
How?
songs when he was like 13. I love Ben. I love every single thing he's done since. Like I'm a huge Michael Jackson stan, and that's why I could confidently say like Taylor Swift is just as famous as him, because the impact, like people are spending $40,000 on her tickets. They're passing out in front of her. World leaders from different countries like Thailand and the Philippines and Canada and
Bringing them together.
South Korea. Yeah,
North Korea's even invited to the
yeah,
show.
right. They're like, we'll open up our borders finally. We like won't set off the nuke this week, but they're all begging for her to come and her attention. So I don't understand why people would be like, she's not at all. And it's really just people craving the nostalgia of like their childhood fave, always gonna be the best, because they
Yeah.
want to like root for their generation and stuff. But Taylor Swift is this generation's Michael Jackson. I think Beyonce could be in the conversation as well before you jump on me in the comments.
Yeah, because I know everyone's all comparing their tours to each other, which I went and just saw Adele recently, and I saw Beyonce, and I have to say, I thought I wasn't going to know either of their songs because I don't really listen to either of them. I knew
Really?
every single Adele song. I knew maybe one or two Beyonce songs.
Seriously.
Because I'm not really into the big,
Sloan.
like, I don't like ballroom culture. I don't like the worst gay. I don't like the, it's drag. Because I guess where I
Yeah.
grew up, it's like, that's where everyone thought every gay person was like, slay, slay.
Of course.
And it seems like that's all Beyonce's doing nowadays. It's like, slay, Vogue, drag.
Yeah,
I'm just
and-
like, I appreciate it, like, work queen, but I'm also like, I'm not going to be like listening to that in my headphones while I'm walking. Like,
Of course.
I'm a Lana Del Rey boy.
Yeah, and that sucks, like a juxtaposition. And if you grew up in that culture, of course, if Beyonce, I was kind of like newly introduced to it with Beyonce, and kind of just as I came into the whole gay culture in my 20s because of COVID and finally going to the bars when I'm 21, that's when the album dropped too. So for me, it's like new and exciting.
Yeah.
But for you, it's like not. And I love that you're a Lana Del Rey stan. Lana Del Rey stans are like pesky pest, in
What
my
is going
opinion.
on with her though? Like working at the Waffle House, singing in the Nashville, like why can't I just stumble across
And she's
her?
going on a tour that is only like Southern conservative
I was
states.
so mad. I was like, "Where's the LA location?"
I'm like, where's just like the location above Tennessee on the borderline, girl?
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel safe like marching into that territory to go see you. So
she knows her people.
I guess so. But
really does.
She just doesn't want to hear like, mother, I love you, mother, you're mothering.
Slay Queen. No, she doesn't want. I'm like, I'm kind of here for that. I'm not gonna be saying that either. I didn't even know like Michael Jackson music until The Weeknd kept covering them, and I was like, his DD, Dirty Diana. I thought that was his song.
Oh
Dirty
God.
Diana.
I feel like The Weeknd tries to cover everyone. He like tries to be everyone else. And after I watched him in The Idol, I never want to see him again.
Yeah, well, I mean, after this amount of music he's made, I don't think we need him. I think we've got AI to cover it.
True.
Did you hear about that song that was submitted to the
that's so true.
Grammys? The Drake Weekend
yeah.
song that's like not even them. Someone else wrote it and then put their AI vocals into it and now submitted it for a Grammy.
Dr. Robert Haddon was the kind of OBGYN you would recommend to your best friend. Calm, knowledgeable, and greeted everyone with a smile. But his cheerful demeanor hid an ugly truth. Dr. Robert Haddon was found to be a serial predator who abused hundreds, potentially thousands of patients over his decades-long career. Once these stories began to see the light of day, one question remained. How was this physician, who was trusted with the lives of so many, able to get away with this for so long? When the powerful institution he worked for was confronted with these accusations, did it choose to protect its own reputation? Exposed, Cover Up at Columbia University. The new podcast from Wondery and Dr. Death's Laura Beale is a story about people who are supposed to protect us, physicians, prosecutors, and the people around them. And it asks, did these institutions provide cover for a known predator? Listen to Exposed, Cover Up at Columbia University on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Exposed ad-free on Wondery Plus. Get started with your free trial at wondery.com/plus.
That's some up shit. How do you feel about AI? Do you think it's going to take your job?
You know what? I thought about that because, I mean, even after you told me that, like, your Snapchat show at one point was proposing you AIing you.
Yeah, they're going to AI me this week. So
I mean, does it look real though? Like, does it look like a real person, or is it an animation of you? Or is it just your voice?
For now, it's going to be my voice. And then later on, they're going to like do my face and stuff.
Yeah, I hope they make you say some things that you're just like, because at first you were worried about it.
That's what I said. I was emailing them like, you guys know if I say one wrong thing, I get harassed about it for months. And I'm sure this AI person will say like, Taylor Swift sucks or something, or like MJ's like a predator, and then I'll get hated forever.
Yeah.
And I can't prove it wasn't me.
Well, I know, but also you can though. Then you can play victim AI and give the apology, and then there's a whole thing right there. Then you got NBC Kat Tinbarge coming over here, being like, "Oh, hey, speak on the AI." I know. I would like for Kat to reply to me, but
That's so true.
do you know Kat
No.
Tinbarge? She's like, yeah, she's a reporter out here, but
Tea.
no, the AI things, I'm kind of like here for it. I mean, less work, more
That's what
money,
I'm saying.
optimization.
I hate working. The last thing I want to do is work. So
I love like old Shakira songs, like, which is like such a weird thing for me, but I like the Britney Spears cover of them, like whenever, wherever. But then Britney's voice, yeah, we're gonna be together. Do you know that song? Where she's like,
of course,
looking at my
yes.
boobs are smalling,
So you don't confuse them with mountains.
No,
Yeah.
literally, I'm so here for it.
Those lyrics are so goofy. Whoever wrote those, weird. I like how I'm like, it wasn't Shakira. I'm like, whoever wrote those.
Yeah, right. No,
She was not in her bedroom like, my boobs are big like mountains or something.
well, the Ashley O thing, I feel like really like introduced the whole idea of this, and now at this point, I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if even like Britney's new music is just gonna be like an AI version.
I mean, it's basically been the whole time. So
Well, sometimes it's even, I saw like Trisha, yeah, it was. I mean, it was Maya Marie or whoever. But,
I
like,
know, it's like how much personality was really ever put into it. So
I've been hearing all these like random TikToks of like Trisha Paytas singing songs through
That's so
AI.
funny.
And I know it's AI because every note is hit correctly.
Oh, I
but
love
it's still
that.
Trisha. But I'm like, okay, well, it kind of sounds pretty good because like Trisha's over here singing a Lana song, but it's like, you know, if she was actually singing it, it would not be on key. But the
Yeah.
AI keeps them on key. So
the real Trisha would just do it in one take, not give a fuck about any of the octaves or whatever.
I'm so expressive in my voice. I feel like if they AI'd me, it's gonna be like, today we're talking about
I
like,
know.
There's so much like emotion, I guess, through how I speak in my videos that's gonna like sound convoluted if they all like try to put together, and it's just
I know. Sometimes I feel like I do talk like an AI person though, because I have a stutter. So I talk in a weird cadence because I'm like I talk very stinty and in weird like little blotches and like kind of like a robot. Like when you watch the
Yeah.
Kardashians and they edit what they say very clearly, and it's like Courtney is such a bitch and then she did. Like that's how I talk normally. So I'm like, no one's gonna know the difference. If I was AI, no one would know.
No, I totally like when I feel like I have a little bit of a stutter too when I'm like performing or like when I would speak in front of classes. So sometimes when I speak in my videos, I feel like it's almost, well, obviously it's not singing, but you know how like someone who could be like,
Performing, yeah.
like dementia or like whatever, they have a stutter or they anything Tourette's, and then they
they're
start
like-
singing
they're
and
like
they're
slowly
completely
forgetting how to speak.
fine. Yeah, they can
Oh, yeah.
start singing and then it's like, oh, their Tourette's went away, and then as soon as they're done, they're like fuck, whatever.
I know.
That's like how I feel like when I'm
They're
like,
like,
doing my videos, I'm like singing, so I'm not like messing it up.
I have a stutter, so I'm allowed to make fun of people with stutters, but mine is like really bad. Like I went to the Billboard Awards and Brittany Broski was there, and I wanted to say hi to her so bad, but my stutter was so bad that day, I just couldn't. I couldn't get a word out. I really couldn't speak. So there's a photo of us standing right next to each other, like representing TikTok, and I'm just
Yeah.
there like completely silent. I'm on mute a lot of the times because my stutter is so bad. Like Beyonce said, like
Why were we
everybody
at
on
Billboard?
mute. What do you mean why? Because
Yeah,
I'm
who
so
invited you to
famous.
Billboard, bitch? It's because you cover these music artists.
I know.
So speaking of music artists, so Kanye West dead.
He's dead. No, I really do think Kanye West is dead.
Career's dead, or he's dead?
He's physically
and
dead.
they just like what? Like what's that one movie where they put the like white people and the black people?
Us?
Us. Yeah, you think he's been used?
Oh, that'd be fun. I mean, I know. So people do think Kanye has been used, and I'm like the conspiracy theory king. So let's fucking get into it. Kanye has been used, and if you realize, if in these videos with Kanye, there's a new version of him who's a little bit taller than the old version.
Oh, he's taller. I think he was
Yeah.
shorter and stumpier now.
No, there's the taller Kanye.
Okay.
I guess the clone, like I don't know, maybe he got to design his clone before they killed him.
Yeah.
But he went missing in January. Do you remember that?
Well, when all the lawyers were looking for him to pay the bills.
Yes, he like conveniently went missing. So in January, Kanye West was cloned. He was probably taken to like Area 51 or something and killed. And he wasn't seen for a few weeks. And then ever since then, he has been basically on public outburst. And that's the doing of his clone. And he's doing all these things to ruin the Kanye West image once and for all. So no one will believe anything he ever says ever again. And how will anyone believe or give credence to anything he's ever said after all the anti-Semitic comments and getting his dick sucked in the middle of Italy? Like everything he has done since dying has been to ruin him. Remember the poem he wrote in January right before he died?
No, what was the poem?
It was called Dead. Let me read it. I just talked about
also,
this.
I think that this gives a whole new meaning to the New Body song.
You
know
and
that
fucking
song with
Nicki, you
Nicki Minaj, the
fucking the
unreleased?
old body.
Yeah, the old body, the new body.
Okay, so
body.
Kanye West was murdered this
You pulled
January.
this up way too quickly. Is it your background? Like-
Yeah, well, I was just talking about it.
Yeah.
But so Kanye West was murdered in January, and he wrote this poem in December, and right before he was murdered.
Like December 2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he probably knew he was about to have this happen to him. So this is it. It's called Dead, and it's
Where was
on
it
his
released?
Instagram.
Instagram?
It's
Okay.
Instagram.
Is it still there?
No.
No.
There's big bold letters on the front that in red that says dead. And then it goes into it. It says, no one wanted to tell me I was dead. And only people that would talk to me were in my head. No one wanted to tell me that I was dead. Only people who loved me would visit me in their dreams instead. They would only come to my grave and sprinkle some bread. So on my tombstone, the birds would be fed. I would give new requests, but nothing was said because no one wanted to tell me that I was dead. They ran through my account like the signs said free bread, but no one wanted to tell me that I was dead. My kids would dance for me in a home I once led, but now my kids see ghosts because I didn't know that I was dead. Everything was wrong in the press that I read because nobody wanted to tell me that I was dead. I had to go to the other side. I realized when people spoke to me, it was only when they prayed because nobody wanted to tell me, bro, you've been dead.
When they prayed, was that supposed to be prayed? But
When they're praying on him. Oh, it gets crazy.
okay.
He says he was murdered. Won't anyone listen to one word I said? Of course not, sir. You know how long you've been dead. Funny, it's been a long time since I bled. You think someone who prides being smart as much as me would have known that he's dead. So now every idea only exists in my head. I guess that's how you treat people who are dead. I found out one day at the newsstand in Purgatory that there was a front page article of my murderer's story. I was so surprised at what it said. This info is for the living. And surprise, you're dead.
What's a purgatory again? I've heard that word.
It's like when you're waiting to go to heaven after you die.
Like the void. You know,
Yeah,
Melanie
you're just
Martinez,
like
I'm in the
chilling.
void, stuck in the void.
I try to avoid her at all costs.
Melanie Martinez?
And that
I
weird
love
bug
her.
costume. I feel like
I
if you
love
look at
it.
her too long, like you'll die in 7 days, like the ring.
I do worry that she's bringing the furries to life. Like it's gonna furries are gonna be the new thing. Which no hate to the furries. You know?
No.
I think they have a bad connotation. I don't know
No
much
hate to
about
the
them.
furries. No, it's just like the furries can sometimes be aggressive in defending themselves.
So Kanye dead. Now Lewin Taylor killed him?
So yeah, that's like the whole vibe. Like people think Lou Taylor killed him or Rock Nation. Remember he was trying to like run for president in 2020.
Like Jay-Z?
Yeah, so Jay-Z, that's what I was saying. He was trying to be president in 2020 and he was trying to basically destroy Jay-Z in 2020. Do you know the Taylor Swift song, This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things?
Oh yeah, but I thought that was about Kanye.
It is. But in the song she says, but I'm not the only friend you've lost lately. If only you weren't so shady. That friend is referring to Jay-Z because he's also made major enemies with him. And as we know, Jay-Z is like head of the
Jay-Z shot his brother
Illuminati.
at 12. I've got a video coming out about him tomorrow. He admitted to it. He shot his brother was a crack addict and stole one of his rings when he was 12 years old. So he brought his brother out to the front yard and shot him. He's rapped about it too. And I guess he was 12. He got away with it easy. He also stabbed someone that released his album early.
Oh my, does Beyonce know about this?
Oh, you think Beyonce cares? They're in a working relationship.
That's so true.
Yeah, their contract's probably longer than my WME contract.
They're like business partners for sure.
So just to give you guys some context, Liam Taylor is the CEO of TriStar Sports and Entertainment, which is an entertainment firm that I know very well because they've sent me so many cease and desist letters. And they have worked with a lot of different people, including Britney Spears. Actually, Liam Taylor in Us Weekly was quoted as the master. I have to say that because every time they make me remove it, unless I say Us Weekly published it. But she was quoted as the mastermind of the conservatorship that Britney Spears was in. First off, you've had no interaction with Liam Taylor, right?
No.
Have you seen the TriStar Sports and Entertainment office? It's like right off Sunset. It's huge.
No, but after I watched some of your videos, I was like, oh my God, I wonder if I drive past it.
No, you definitely have. It's like right by, what's that, Prince Pizza? You know that Prince Pizza place? Have you had that?
No.
Oh God, don't have it. It's so thick and nasty.
All the pizza in LA is not very good.
Ew, none of it. I mean, the pizza we just had was mid.
That was mid, yeah.
I mean, they put some like chicken. The chicken didn't really make sense, but it was protein. You know, we gotta have our protein.
We're like gym bros out here, so.
Trying to be, right? Well, okay, so talking about Britney Spears and Liam Taylor, I was surprised Liam Taylor has left me alone. I think she's kind of given up at this point. But so Free Britney, I've used some of your clips from TikTok in my Free Britney like videos, my Britney updates. When did you like kind of tap into the Free Britney movement?
I was trying to stay out of it for a long time just because there's so many conspiracy theories about Britney. It's hard to like really cover it in a...
Have you seen the hat one? Where there was like
yes.
hats. Do you believe that? I mean, that seems real to
Actually,
me.
yeah. Like now, no, it's weird because I love Britney, and in her Instagram captions, let's just be real. Britney Spears is not on the same plane of consciousness as we are.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean she's incapable of taking care of herself.
100%.
It doesn't mean she's a bad person or stupid. I just think she was given lithium by her family, and now her brain is a little bit like scrambled. Remember back in the day, if like a princess of like a royal kingdom like wouldn't act right, they would just like lobotomize her. That's kind of what happened to Britney Spears.
Yeah.
So Britney makes like there's still a person down there. Like the old Britney will never come back. She's kind of like dead in that way. But the old Britney is residing like deep down in her brain, and she comes through sometimes in her Instagram captions. She makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
When you read her caption, she makes a lot of sense. She's really smart. And when she gave that 20-minute speech to the courthouse,
oh, amazing,
so smart.
Yeah, she was definitely reading off of something.
Oh, for sure. But like she wrote that story in the most convincing way to get her out of that conservatorship. She did so well, and you can tell it was from her. Did you pre-order her book?
I have not pre-ordered. I mean, I'm hoping I'll be sent it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you'll. I was like, I'll give you mine, but you'll be sent it.
I was sent Jamie Lynn's book.
Did you burn it?
I burnt it. Yeah, that's
like
what,
some Fahrenheit 450, 451.
I burnt it, and the only thing I ever went viral on Twitter was when I burnt that book. And I had so many people like, well, the fake Free Britney people, aka Breathe Heavy and Jordan. I can't remember his name right now, but oh God, I cannot stand him. BreatheHeavy.com. I've said it multiple times. I hate this person. And I would totally make a video exposing him, but like it'd be charity work, you know, giving him attention that he does not need.
And the exposing, like, no one really cares about him. Yeah, you can't expose someone no one
Jordan
really
Miller,
was looking at.
Oh, he's so short too. I'm not threatening any physical, but he really like, I don't dislike a lot of people, but he rubbed me the wrong way because he goes on his website and he talks all this shit about me. Yet he's been working with the conservatorship and like, I would say aiding everyone in this entire situation, you know, making Sam look great and everything. And now we know, like, you know, her divorce with Sam. I don't think he's a good guy. He's definitely a big gay. I think he's gay. Yeah.
I mean,
all the personal trainers say that in LA. And
you don't commit to your body and your beard like that unless you're fucking gay.
And also, he's younger than me.
No.
Can you believe it? He's like, I think he's like 27.
Oh, he's on fucking roids. He's juicing up.
Definitely on roids, but also I think he's like on a whole other identity. Like wherever he came from, not saying like he came from somewhere else. He could have been born in the States, but I think he's using a whole other identity because he's lied about the college he went or the high school he went to and the college he went to and played football.
He's like, I grew up on 1234 Sesame Street.
Literally, we contacted like the school that he allegedly played football for, and they're like, we have no record of this man ever existing here.
They're like, Sam ass who?
Yeah. No, my video exposing him that I posted like 2 years ago, it held up. It's chef's kiss.
He should have changed his last name to Spears. Sam Spears.
Oh, yeah. I was actually going to ask you earlier, when you get married one day, would you change your last name? Because your last name is so not the vibe. Ember, what is that? I still can't even remember. It's
how dare you?
Ember.
That's my family fucking name, bitch.
Yeah, but so mine's Hooks. I'm ready to get rid of mine.
No, that's so cute. Yeah, okay. So my real last name is not pop culture, unfortunately.
Surprisingly,
it's Eminger.
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 It reminds me of that girl. Do you remember back in the day, the young girl that would go online and fight with her friend, and they would do their makeup with each other, and she always sounds like Ariana Grande. Emery.
Oh, God.
Emery.
Oh, Emery.
That's what I think of.
I hate it. That's
name.
the worst association. She's like, I can hit a whistle note.
Yeah. And then they would.
Your dog is like, excuse me.
Her and her best friend would go live and purposely fight with each other, like fake. And they're like
Business
seventh grade.
women.
Yeah, no,
Back
truly.
in the day.
They were they had a bigger like what I was even posting, and they were like killing it on social media.
No, they were hilarious. I wonder what she's doing today.
Would you change your last name though? You got
It depends
Big Daddy
who.
Top that you married.
I'm the Big Daddy Top.
No, are you? Yeah,
Just want to be clear about that.
Yeah.
I'm the Big Daddy Top. But I don't know. I guess I probably wouldn't.
no. I like want to.
Maybe I'll just do like a mononym. I'll just be
My
Patty.
boyfriend's last name is Sterling, so I feel like
That's so hot.
Sloan Sterling. Michael
Sloan Sterling. Like you may as well like spread eagle on Sean Cody if you're gonna
Better
be
than
called
Hooks, like.
Sloan Sterling.
But I'll keep my stage name. I'm gonna just Sloan because 5 letters begins with S, ends with S. You know.
Why isn't your podcast called Are You Hooked Yet?
Well, that's the Snapchat show, but I know. Well, actually, after this contract ends, I'm gonna like do a bunch of different podcast series, and well, I would invite you to one of them. But I think it's gonna be cease and desist with Sloan Hooks because I've gotten so many cease and desist letters.
That's so funny.
We'll
Yeah.
go through all the letters.
You
and,
should
like,
frame them all as
implications.
the background too.
I should. Actually.
That'd be so funny.
And
I
some
was
of
sent
them-
one cease and desist by J-Lo,
Really by JLo's team
by Jennifer Lopez.
for what?
So I made a video about how J-Lo doesn't sing her own songs and
Well,
she's a
everyone
fucking
knows
fraud.
that.
Everyone knows that. That's why I'm like, is this really like cease and desist worthy? So J-Lo never sings her own songs. And I love how her brand is like, I'm real. I'm so real. No matter how many rocks I got, I'm still real. Like, no, you're the fakest of them all.
Yeah.
And anyone who's like projecting that hard is definitely not real. But so yeah, I made that video and then I broke up with my boyfriend like the next day. And so I was like really depressed and like crying for
Yeah.
like days. And when I got the cease and desist, like 24 hours after I posted it, they were like, you have 48 hours to respond. And if you don't, like, we're gonna sue
you
you,
remove it?
blah, blah, blah. But I was so depressed and crying for so long, I didn't open my phone for like 3 days. So I didn't see the email until it was past due.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Lopez's lawyer is also named Jennifer. She's such a narcissist. Like all of her employees are
Do you
like
know
extensions
what
of her.
firm they're at or no? No,
I mean, I
We'll look
I
later
could look.
on.
I'm sure I still have it, but yeah, it was like you need to take this down in 2 days. Like, but I was like, by the way, I framed it as a conspiracy theory. That means it's not fact; it's a theory. So even though I did provide factual receipts of the women who sang the song,
Yeah.
literally saying I sang this song,
Not much of a conspiracy. But
yeah. But Jennifer Lopez is a fraud.
But nothing happened, right? Did you leave the video up?
No, I know. I took it down.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started getting cease and desist, because I probably have 100 at this point. Like I
That's so
started
lit.
taking him down. Now I've got a great lawyer. When you get your next one, let me know. I'll hook you up with Rom because
Oh, okay.
he's H3's lawyer. H3 got me contacts with them.
Oh God,
Yeah.
H3 says some pretty dumb shit. So
Yeah, well,
he definitely needs a lawyer.
Yeah, he definitely does. And
He
he's
like
great.
doesn't think. He's like eating his Dominoes while saying the dumbest shit.
I mean, are you not a fan of H3?
No. Oh my
No.
God. He like watched one of my TikToks one time and was saying the dumbest shit, reacting to it on his podcast. And I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, I mean, I like them, but I think that sometimes like I do like them, but I do think that Ethan sometimes makes hard statements without fully understanding like his real personal stance. It's just whatever the crowd like wants to hear. In that
For
moment.
sure. Ethan is like really devoid of like any like personal perspective on a lot of the things he says. And he's not a deep thinker. He doesn't really care. And that's why people kind of call him out. And I think he's ignorant.
I can't really say all that, but he's a friend of the channel.
Oh,
But-
I love Ethan. I'm obsessed with him. I literally love him.
yeah, we love him. So let's talk about. Actually, you know what I was gonna say earlier too. I think Britney Spears, she kind of has like missed out on her youth. So maybe she acts a little bit more youthful and childish now. Kind of like how Sophie Turner is trying to sell her divorce. Like she's trying to insinuate that she didn't get to live her 20s. You know, I got married at 20 years old.
Well, they
she got
met when
married.
she was like 20.
Yeah,
so.
or like met when she was 18, maybe got married at 20, and then
Oh, God.
now she's 27. So now she wants to go out and party and live her life, and that's kind of like her reliving her youth. What do you think about their split up? Do you think the media is just like running with it? Did you talk about it?
Yeah, I'm about to make a video about it today. I talked about it on my podcast yesterday, Pop Culture University on
Why haven't you
Spotify.
posted about it yet? That one,
I guess
that
I'm
paid
just-
my rent for the next 2 months.
Seriously?
Yeah, my video coverage. of
I
them.
guess I'm just slow, but I don't know. I've literally been doing like nonstop things last 2 days. But yeah, I talked about it on my podcast. So if you want to hear like my take on it on there, but in like just summing it up, I do think Joe Jonas's PR team is like really vicious and stupid because there's a lot of divorces happening this year. It's like an epidemic right now. Everyone's divorcing. So, but no one's has gone through like this. Not even Ariana Grande, who was like home wrecking, like whatever. Like there wasn't even such salacious inside sources for People magazine. So I do think Joe
is sending
know,
people
for
to make
sure.
her seem like a party girl that she doesn't want to parent. He's trying to make it seem like he raises these 2 kids because she's in the UK working.
Yeah. And the Jonas Brothers brand is like respectable grown men, house like almost like American dads. Like their whole personality is having wives, and it has been for a while. Like they're all in their videos.
The purity rings.
Exactly. Thank you. I was about to say.
Because I watched the South Park episode and they all had their purity rings in it.
Not like South Park giving you your pop culture education.
In my video, I was like, it's surprising he has his marriage ring off because I thought they were all about their rings.
Yeah, I know any ring he puts on, he takes off like later. So
yeah.
But I just think Joe Jonas is messy and he wants to deflect and keep his own image going. The Jonas Brothers call their wives like the Jonas Wives or something. Ugh. And they have all these new songs on their new album about like headstrong. Yeah. Girl. Oh my God. Yeah. I was like, if Joe didn't want a young wife who's gonna act like she's in her 20s, why not marry a cougar like Nick did?
Yeah. Nick's definitely the cutest one, right?
Yeah.
He's
for sure. And Nick definitely has the biggest.
Yeah. He's got the curliest hair.
Yes.
Okay, so
I think Kevin has a pretty big one too. I'm just gonna say it. I wouldn't not hook up with Kevin.
I mean, maybe Joe is the only one who's lacking there because he's shorter than Like I don't know why.
He's also a little bit scrawny. The build just isn't there.
Yeah, Nick was like, remember that Calvin Klein ad or whatever it was?
Of course.
Solidified my.
I know. I was 13. I was like, oh my God, wait. I'm gay.
Yeah. You're like, actually, I want to break up with Lauren when I get back to school. Yeah. Nick Jonas's Calvin Klein ad.
My 5th grade girlfriend is just not cutting it.
Wait, what about like Cameron Dallas? Do you think he's cute?
Oh, that was like such a hard turn. No.
Was
he also your gay awakening?
I think I wasn't as attracted to him. I just want to be him.
I've never wanted to be Cameron Dallas. No.
No, I mean, back in the day, not anymore. He's super homophobic.
No, I always thought everything he did was so cringy and so idiotic for his brand, and that's why he has no career at all, because he fucking like ruined it like one piece at a time. But yeah, and anything he did, I was like, he's so stupid.
What about his music?
I've never heard it.
No, he had a music career at some point.
Oh, I mean, I guess he never like really did. Yeah. I've never heard of it. But good for Shawn Mendes being the only one to like really get out of MagCon.
Yeah, well, Shawn Mendes, I have a lot to say because actually my boyfriend, his friends have a very nice $5 million home in LA, and their next door neighbor is Shawn. And guess who's lived with Shawn for years now?
Not
his
Camila.
Photographer. Yeah,
his photographer
is very handsome photographer who lives with him and drives a big truck.
Is his photographer over 6 foot with a nice black beard and some muscles?
I think he probably takes some pictures that we're never going to see.
For their personal scrapbook.
Yeah, truly.
For their hidden camera roll.
So when it comes to like Justin Bieber and that whole situation, do you think Hailey Bieber is going to be like the best manager ever? Did you hear she's like taking manager
this is my favorite conspiracy theory right now. Hailey Bieber is trying to put Justin Bieber into a conservatorship, and I really do agree with that. I do think Hailey Bieber, there's something going on with her. I'm a Selena Gomez.
Are you team Selena? I was going to ask that.
I'm a Selena Gomez
Stan?
Naysayer. I'm sorry. I don't really love her. She comes across very
perfect.
That's a good song.
On your skin,
I wish that I could be more like her. Yeah. Maybe I should be more like
I love that song.
Her. Is that the
She's
only one?
She's not much of a singer though either.
No, what I say about Selena Gomez, you're so shady. She's not much of a singer. She has she's like #1 hits. What I will say about Selena Gomez is I love her voice, and I'm not kidding. Yeah.
I mean, it's so calming.
For sure.
I want you to know that it's
not that one. She has a lot of good songs that I can show you, but like Selena Gomez is really, really, really talented, and she has a studio voice. Like she doesn't have the big belty voice like Adele, but like when she's in the studio, she makes love to that microphone.
I mean,
she records the best things,
unfiltered. Like I just never thought of her as a singer.
I don't think. People like to say she's like an Addison Rae singer. I don't think they put much effects on her. She has a really good voice. She has a lot of octaves. She controls her voice super well, and she like puts emotion into it. So I do support her music career. I don't support her like phony kindness brand while she's also like bullying.
That she's like so perfect.
Like Hailey Bieber. Yeah, and if she produced 13 Reasons Why, a show about suicide, why?
She did?
Yeah.
I know she did that.
And that's a red flag for me because I've done a lot of like research and like been a part of like organizations for suicide prevention, and she really did what you're not supposed to do with that show, and it's really problematic. And that was the first moment I was like, maybe I don't like Selena Gomez.
Didn't they have to like remove an episode or edit an episode or
they
something?
They had to edit multiple episodes of multiple seasons. Yeah.
She's got a dark side to her.
Yeah, and I'm sure she like loved that, but she really glorified the whole thing, and it was a really negative, terrible, terrible, terrible example. And me and like the whole organization I was in was like, this show is really toxic, and I can't believe Selena Gomez would promote it. And Hailey Bieber has said before she has considered offing herself because of all the hate she gets online. And then after she says she's contemplated offing herself, Selena Gomez continues to bully her online and sick her fans onto her.
Wait, who said that? Hailey did?
Hailey.
Who do you think has had it harder, Demi or Selena?
Selena. And I'm not going to say
Demi
why.
Lovato had a heart attack, right?
You,
Or is that just
you
a
don't want to
song?
hear my thoughts. Oh, no, that was just a song. But I'm going to say Selena.
What do you think about Demi Lovato?
She's fine
They.
for his age.
No, well, actually, I think it is she, though. She went back and she made it she again, which made it a little easier, I guess.
Yeah, thank God.
Well,
Oh my God, I don't have to think
I saw
about
her
it.
and her boyfriend posting all the time.
I'm kidding.
This tattooed man.
Haven't
she's
even
with?
looked. I stopped looking.
Oh, she started doing her Taylor Swift era, like, I'm going to be re-recording.
As she hates Taylor. As she like has a vendetta against her.
I mean, did you see how she like shit talked how like Taylor gave like Taylor Swift like, or not Taylor Swift, I'm sorry, how Taylor gave Kesha like $250,000 to fight Dr. Luke, and then
she really?
And then Demi Lovato was like, I'm not going to go around here and just throw money around. Like, why don't you actually go and speak on something? Yeah, they have a huge feud. You need to like cover that.
Oh, I would, but
No,
Demi
you definitely
Lovato
should.
doesn't deserve it.
Yeah. Well,
Demi Lovato's like, you gave her $250,000. How about you go to the Supreme Court? How about you get off your couch with your
Yeah.
Pop-Tart, Demi fucking Lovato? Get off your phone.
their Pop-Tart.
Like, get
No,
off of your
it's with
phone,
her
you
frozen
loser.
yogurt.
With your
Frozen yogurt was, frozen
Frozen
yogurt
yogurt.
was great for me. I like that got me to Florida.
I was really like happy for you during that time. And by the way, I think she was onto something with that. Like I say, like I love these celebrities, but I'm like, me and these celebrities are like besties. Like I'm gonna fight them sometimes, but I'll also love them at other times.
She had a point there because
She had a point.
If something has skinny on it, that's the snack I'm buying. Like,
sure.
The little fiber brownie thingies, they're so dry.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they're skinny.
But like the way it's gonna make me skinny tastes so good.
Yeah.
I'm like,
right. And they're not even that skinny, which is so annoying. I just like made these muffins recently, these Kodak ones, and they're like
horrible.
Oh my gosh, the nutrition has it for the dry mix, and then on the side it's really little once it's actually cooked, and it's like triple the amount. I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat like 6 of these like little like muffins tonight. It's gonna be so skinny, like.
And then they
600
literally give you like
calories.
diarrhea because of
Oh
the
my
like
God, it's
lack of ingredients.
4,000 calories.
It's like put 1 teaspoon of flour, 1 cup of dirt, and 1 egg, and then just mix it together.
So-
I really don't like the Kodiak brand that much.
Oh yeah, I mean, well,
Their pancakes are really
they're
good.
mini pancakes frozen.
So good.
And like I make a little like honey butter with it too. Add an extra like 300 calories.
I know. Yeah, right. It's like you make like the base so healthy, and then you just add like all this shit to it.
Yeah, let's like salads too.
But anyway, Demi Lovato had a point with that, and she's not that bad. Selena Gomez, on the other hand, is pretty problematic.
Do you think she'll have her falling at some point?
Yes.
Like her, like Harvey Weinstein.
Karma's gonna track her down step by step from town to town. So
What would her Me Too movement be called? She Too?
everything is not what it seems. Remember, because that's the theme song of Wizards of Waverly Place. Everything is not what it seems.
I still think of her as like the witch or wizard or whatever she was.
The family wizard.
Yeah. So, okay, to wrap up, how did you like get big on TikTok? Like, how did you find popularity there? Just like posting, or how did you mentally go in? I'm going to be Professor Patty. I'm going to cover the pop culture. I'm going to do these green screen
It's like a master
effects.
plan.
Yeah. Was it a master plan?
Like
or how did-
blueprints. So basically one day I was like, there's so much hair on my ass. Like I should go buy some Nair from the store. And I went to buy some Nair from the store, and
Then
I
you
was
looked
trying
at
to
that
find like
guy.
the strongest brand. So I applied some Nair to my ass, and I was like, oh my God, like this went so good. Like all my hair is gone. I should do a tutorial about this. So before TikTok had all their strong guidelines, I bent over to my front facing camera and I show my hole to the camera.
Did you look at that video?
Yes, of course.
He had a nice ass.
I love that video. It has like 45 million views. I watched it at least 40 million of those
I
times.
followed him after that.
I was like, respect. No, that guy's fucked up.
Is he in LA? I want him to come on the podcast.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I love you, Kevin. I like how I know his name. I'm like, Kevin Leonardo. I love him, but like, girl. The thing is like, he didn't have to show his butthole. Like, I'm sure hair
he was
removal
so
is the
into
same
it.
down there as your arm. He could just be like, this is how you use Nair. He wanted to show his butt.
Well, I don't know why
hole.
I can't talk about Scooter Braun yet. He can show his hole.
Yeah, right. It's like I got to monetize for talking about the Titan sub, and he gets to show his fucking what's it called?
Tight little-
Rectum.
Yeah. Hairless.
Anyway, I made a video one day about Kendall Jenner. I was trying to do a lot of different like niches because I just really like social media. I think it's fun, like sharing my life with people, and I like seeing how celebrities live, and it makes me feel like I guess like not alone. And I like learning from people, and people just sharing their lives are fun. There's something so innocent about being like a natural voyeur as a human. You know, I like to look into people. So I was like, why don't I do that for other people? I tried a bunch of different niches, and a few of them were doing okay. But once I made one video about pop culture, it was about Ariana Grande. It just went off.
Do you see yourself becoming more of an overall like influencer? I mean, now I would say you kind of fit in with me where we're kind of reporting and things like that. Would you want to like kind of graduate to where you are like some type of, I guess, lifestyle or like I mean, would you want to like, because one day my dream would be like to be like a Wendy Williams, like some type of host. Do you see yourself doing something along those lines?
I think my dream is like, I've realized I've been like reporting for a long time, and when I started it wasn't much personality at all, but I do have a lot of personality, and it ends up showing itself. Like I can't really stop it. Like it just comes through, especially in my podcast, which you guys should check out, Pop Culture University on Spotify every Tuesday. But it really comes through on the podcast and people love it. So I'm like, wow, people really like me for me. It's not just my reporting. So I think my goal is to be like an Ellen DeGeneres of some sort. I know that sounds stupid because Ellen is like so
Terrible.
canceled. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be a James Gordon?
Yeah, like I want to abuse my staff and like bully them and make their lives hell. But no, I think it's really important to be a host and be funny and be exciting and be eccentric. And it's like the personality comes first and the information and the hosting comes second.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like be a very well-rounded host. And like every late night talk show host, you know, they started on SNL and they started doing these other big
Like
hosting
radio
gigs
or something.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
their personality. So I want to do that, but I never want to be like just lifestyle, like just like come with me to the gym. Like I always want to be like giving some sort of presentation and talking about some sort of fun topic.
I totally feel that because I had a network reach out about doing like a reality thing on like it was like a Zeus but like gay, and I was considering it for a while and like partnering up with Beaches, the bar, and like doing like reality show with them. Yeah, I would like go there and like be like a host or something for like bar nights or something.
Oh,
I don't
fun.
know. I thought about doing that, but I'm like, I don't know. There's something like so beautiful about like us having the career we have, but not having to share every detail about our lives.
Exactly.
It's like I want to like become more open. I think this podcast has been a chance for me to like show more of my personality, but there's something also so nice to like have that privacy.
For
And
sure.
not have to create drama in your own life to like. get
I know,
views.
because that can really get like tumultuous. Like you see people fully just implode from.
Yeah, like Tana's
showing
done it
too
well,
much.
but then Gabby Hanna is like, you know, MIA.
I mean, I can say so much about her. It's so funny too, because on TikTok I try to be PG, but when I'm on my podcast, like it's like the wild, wild west. I say whatever I think about anything.
Do you ever have people like come like because they can't comment on the podcast? Do they ever have like? Do you ever have people like listen to your podcast and then go somewhere else to comment about what you said
I do open comments for the podcast now. Like I have a section that only I can
on
see.
Spotify?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, only I can see it. So they'll like tell me what they think about it. And I have like definitely like ruffled some feathers and made some people mad.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just understand, like, because at the end of the day, I'm a kind person. Like I'm not saying anything to fully bash someone or something undeserving. So people understand I'm just saying what I'm really thinking and saying it in a really like respectful and open-ended conversational kind of way. So yeah, it's been nice. Like when people will recognize me in public, it's not like they're like, oh, I like this part about you and this blah, blah, blah. And like, I'm coming for your whole life. I do have a Twitter though. And a lot of people will be like, oh, I know you from Twitter in person. And I should like stop doing that. But
The one that I just followed?
no, the one where I post my like body.
Oh, the other one. Oh, I needed that one.
A lot. It's weird because like I'll be on TikTok live and a lot of people will be like, show hole, like show your, like, oh my God. But they still don't know much about me. So yeah, I guess I like that.
No, I totally get that, especially like getting more fit. It's like I like a little like actually like my agency was like, you need to not be posting like shirtless
Seriously?
like things like that
Oh my
anymore.
God. Wait, why?
Because like you know how you just got that offer for the reality thing for the AHS. I also just got one recently for like a reality show that they want me to promote on Instagram. And it's like they don't want me like posting foggy mirror pictures of my ass like. So I need to create another.
I mean, I think you
Instagram.
look great, and I feel like you don't really post like your booty hole. Like you just post like post gym pictures. Everyone posts Fitspo. It's not a thirst trap. It's Fitspo.
Well, maybe you don't see them sometimes because I'll like post one and then my boyfriend will be like, you just posted this on your story, delete it.
Seriously?
Then it's on LPSG.
No, oh my God, yeah, it's on LPSG. We love LPSG.
No, we don't actually.
We have a whole fan bases
We're
on there.
cease and
That's our main
desisting them.
platform.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up This went by so fast, Patty.
I know. I feel like we talk about nothing.
I know we went through a lot though. But if you want some more of Patty Pop Culture, you can attend class here on Spotify on Tuesdays, or you can go over to his 3.5 million follower TikTok.
So
which
many.
Is so many people. Like I think there's like countries that have populations of that.
You'll basically just be just a number. Like just so many people.
Yeah, your comment won't be read and it won't be liked, but it'll be appreciated. So thank you so much, Patty, for coming on. I really enjoyed having you.
Oh my God, thanks for having me, Sloan. Like I have like loved you since before I moved here. So it's so fun. Like, by the way, I just want to say like in the next 30 seconds, Sloan is one of the realest people I've ever met. He's so cool. And I feel like a lot of people will be like, people who talk about celebrities and have people's name in their mouth like aren't real. Sloan is the realest person I fucking know. Yeah. He's so considerate. He's so sweet. He's so nice. So Stan Sloan. Stan
nice.
Sloan.
Well, he's a great neighbor. So we're going to go back home and wrap this up and get ready for the weekend. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in next week's episode. Bye, guys.